You want to know what's so epic about anime? It's the emotion these weird ass Japanese cartoons can sometimes make us feel, whether that be with the visuals, the music, or the characters. A great anime will know how to make those emotional moments connect even more for a watcher. Violet Evergarden has its art perfected, in my opinion, because watching this is like constantly being sucker punched in the fucking heart, bro. I've about cried like a bitch on every other episode, man. And I know saying that won't get me any pussy, but my 600 hours in Destiny definitely wasn't helping before I said that. I remember putting this off forever and never watching it because the thumbnail I saw for it was caca. I think that was supposed to be the manga cover, but I don't give a shit. But this was like 3 years ago, and now I just clicked it because it was on Netflix. P.S. Don't watch it on Netflix. More on that later, man. Violet Evergarden is all about exploring life and the emotions that it will bring with it at different points of it. The story is centered around Violet, which was a piece of war for most of her life. She never had her own thoughts or ever had time to develop as a human, so she doesn't really know how to understand emotions at all. She wakes up from an accident at war with bandages covering her arms, which would reveal robo replacements. And it's not shit CGI that you would expect anime to do with robotic limbs. Nah. But with that aspect, the show isn't really futuristic at all, but rather set in the 20th century during a time after war. She is welcomed by a former war vet that started an auto memory doll company. And an auto memory doll is basically someone that will write for others, whether that be for someone that doesn't know how to write themselves or for someone that doesn't know how to put their feelings into words properly. Skip to the end of the episode, and then she ends up wanting to become an auto memory doll to try to understand the phrase I love you.
愛してるを知りたいのです。
This shit rocks, bro. Any frame that you could randomly pause on will be guaranteed beauty. Everything is just booming with the style that the show has created for itself, along with the colors all over screen that always match the vibe. It's a drama slash slice of life show, but there will be war scenes for the story, and that shit will look better than a lot of other action dedicated animes out there. It's just so smooth and epic. This music is amazing. It's not memorable like something like the One Punch Man sad song, but it does what it's supposed to do. They always have the perfect song to play during the perfect moment every time. Not one time was I thinking to myself that something sounded out of place. Also, the sound design is really thoughtful with it being so immersive and everything actually sounding like you were there with your own ears. And holy fuck, like I'm not a gun nerd, but seeing this detail was sick. Yeah, so the reason this is so cool is because you would hear the bullet whiz past your face before you actually hear the sound of the gunshot because of the way that the sound travels. Psst. Don't watch this shit on Netflix, man, because it's a straight downgrade with their translations, like this funky ass scene from episode 1.
どうした？
少佐の瞳があります。
So definitely find a fan sub somewhere because they are way better at translating the emotion. The Netflix dub might be good, but I don't know because it's running off the translations from their bad sub, so... If I haven't convinced you to watch this shit yet, just think about how awesome boobies are and just multiply that by 7. Later.